If scrap wood's taking over your garage, this could be the cart that finally gets it under control. So today we're going to be building a compact scrap wood cart, which I'm affectionately calling the Beast.
The Beast.
And it's compact because most of my offcuts are smaller. So if you're working in a garage, a small shop, or simply don't want one of those enormous rolling lumber carts you see all over YouTube, this may be the perfect project for you. Since I'm a beginner woodworker, I partnered with the real experts over at Kreg Tools for this 3-part series to see if the right tools can make beginner projects more professional and cut down on that learning curve. Let's rip. Okay, so what you're looking at here is a piece of paper scale modeled to be a single sheet of plywood. I've cut out the exact dimensions of all the cuts I'm gonna need just to make sure that I don't have to buy a second sheet. Since I'm working with full sheets of plywood, I'm using the Kreg Accu-Cut. So I can bring this saw to the sheet, keep the cut straight, and not ruin an $80 piece of plywood before the project even starts. It has 2 panels that lock together, giving you 50 inches of full cut. And I'm using a piece of sacrificial wood here to trim my anti-chip strip off of my Accu-Cut system. You need to do this first to make sure that you don't get any blowouts on your actual cuts. The Kreg circular saw locks directly onto the Accu-Cut guide system, and with a 40-tooth thin kerf blade, it makes the cuts super crispy. We're just gonna take a couple of measurements here. We're gonna make sure that our guide rail is lined up completely straight and accurate. Grab our saw and let it rip. I'm quickly realizing that I should have hooked up my dust extractor / shop vac because it is putting out a ton of dust. And here's where I made my first mistake. I took a measurement on the left-hand side of the track and I cut on the right, leaving me with a piece that is 5 inches too long. Saw and Accu-Cut system are super nice. They are still putting out a boatload of dust, so I'm going to switch on over to the track saw. I think it's worth mentioning that wood being so expensive, it is very important to get your cuts right the first time, which I obviously did not do. But the best thing you can do is take a pause, regroup, measure everything again, and see what you can do. So after doing a little calculations, I decided to take the oversized offcut piece and just make that the front panel of the cart. So if you're a professional woodworker, I apologize in advance for what I'm about to do. I have a couple of cuts I need to make here that are at a crazy angle, and I don't really have a great way to do it, so I'm gonna try it out on the track saw and see if I can just work it in. Let me know in the comments, what's the best way to do this? Because I obviously did not do it the right way. So I was able to get about 80% of the way there with the sketchy track saw work, but I am going to need to use another method to cut in the corners. So I decided we would use the Klein compact hacksaw to cut those corners nicely in. Well, relatively nicely. We're going to clean up the edges here with our little sander and get it looking pretty darn good, I'd have to say. Okay, so far we have cut all of our pieces of wood. Hopefully they're all gonna fit. I'm not gonna drill any pocket holes in quite yet. I'm gonna do a little bit of a dry fit and just make 100% sure that it's gonna all fit together the way that it should. But before I do, check this wood out here. I mean, for plywood, this plywood is beautiful. Look at this thing. I'm not some wood aficionado, but for plywood, this thing looks pretty damn good. All right, so we've got our sides clamped down nicely here, and you're about to see the very fine piece of wood that we screwed up earlier, resurrected to be the front panel of the cart now. And one of the tools I'm most excited about using on this project is the Kreg 720 Pro. This is gonna be the little guy that's gonna make pocket holes look beautiful and nice in all the corners and hide those ugly screws. And making those pocket holes nice is gonna be the Kreg 20-volt blue ion drill driver. It's got a brushless motor, 650 inch-pounds of torque, 2 speed ranges, and 20 clutch setting. And because it runs on Kreg's blue ion battery platform, the same batteries work across their 20-volt tools, so I'm not constantly swapping between different systems. And look how nice these holes are. And for someone who's never drilled a pocket hole before today, these things are seamless. When you're done with the 720 Pro, just fold in the sides and everything stores away pretty damn nicely. We're gonna be driving in these 1 1/4 inch Kreg pocket hole screws with the included square tip bit. My drill is running a little bit low, about half a battery after doing 35 approximate holes. We're gonna pop in a fresh battery and get to fastening. And what I'm quickly realizing about woodworking is that it is a lot like golf. How, you might ask? Because it's both calming and infuriating at the same time. The 520 Pro Pocket-Hole Jig actually saved me here because I completely forgot to drill the pocket holes into the back panel before the cart was already assembled. Since it's portable and clamps right into the workpiece, I could bring the jig to the cart. I'm cautiously optimistic. So far, everything's worked out pretty well. And also, much like golf, woodworking is very humbling. And that's what I like about it. Once you try to be too clever and think you've got it all figured out, it'll break you down real quick. Now the 520 Pro is outstanding in clutch situations, but the 720 clearly drills a better hole. I'm just throwing in a couple of shelves here with some scrap wood left over from the project. I've got a box for smaller bins and a couple of dividers for larger sheet goods. So I intentionally left a couple of inches of material on the top of our side pieces here, which now I'm currently regretting. So I'm gonna have to make another sketchy wood cut here and get those knocked off and evened out. Don't do this at home, kids. This thing was a major pain in the ass. But all in all, I think we did a pretty good job. All right, so we are back in the shop, day 2, and yes, I did say day 2. Listen, I'm a beginner woodworker. Things take time, and it's very challenging. We're on to the fun stage now, throwing on some ridiculously oversized tires. About 2 inches. All right, so essentially how we're gonna attach these wheels is with some EMT brackets, which is going to connect to this EMT pipe, which the EMT pipe is going to sit over the threaded rod. This is 5/8 threaded rod. This is just 1/2 inch PE tubing. We're going to cut a little slit in it, slide it over the threaded rod, and then put the EMT over that. But first, we need to cut this EMT to fit. All right, so to start off, we're going to put our PE tubing around the threaded rod. You do have to cut a little slit in it. As you can see here, I've already done that. Best way to do that I've found is not with the X-Acto knife. It's actually to use one of these Hawksbill or thicker back knives. You just push right down into it and it melts like butter. And we're going to cap it off with the nut. Who's a good helper? Put your head back on the wood, you're not helping. Overall, I am really happy with how this cart turned out. So if you want to cut down on the learning curve, build something better, faster, get yourself some Kreg Tools. I would never have been able to build something this high quality looking on the first shot. If you guys want to pick up any of the tools showcased in this video, the best place to do that is going to be the YouTube shopping link down below. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, see you in the next one. God bless.